What if I told you some tractors were so strange, so advanced, or so misunderstood that people believe they shouldn't even exist? In this video, we're counting down 8 impossible tractors, machines that broke the rules of their era. Some were too powerful, some were too fast, and others were so far ahead of their time that farmers simply didn't trust them. From experimental designs and bizarre engineering choices to tractors that survived impossible odds, these machines rewrote agricultural history. Stay until the end, because number 1 isn't just a tractor, it's a machine that tried to replace everything else on the farm. Number 8. Gibson Model D. The Gibson Model D is one of those machines that feels almost unreal. Appearing in the late 1940s during a time of economic uncertainty, this tiny garden tractor entered a market ruled by massive, expensive farm machines. Its existence alone seemed impossible, and yet it worked, sold, and earned a loyal following. Built by Gibson Manufacturing Corporation in Longmont, Colorado, from the late 1940s into the early 1950s, the Model D was designed for small farms and light garden duties. Power came from a Wisconsin AEH gasoline engine, air-cooled single-cylinder, producing around 6 horsepower. It wasn't built to overpower the land. It was built to get the job done efficiently. What truly shocks most people is its size and weight. The Gibson Model D weighed just 955 pounds, making it incredibly light for a tractor of its era. It featured a 3-speed transmission, and remarkably, some versions used a 1933 Chevrolet truck gearbox, a cost-saving and highly unconventional solution. Early models didn't even use a steering wheel, instead relying on a lever steering system where pushing turned left and pulling turned right. Only later models, such as the Super D, adopted a traditional steering wheel. The rear wheels allowed adjustable track widths from 33 to 53 inches, with 22-inch rear tires on early units and 24-inch tires on later versions. Independent rear-wheel brakes improved control, while optional equipment like a starter generator and fenders added practicality. The nickname Impossible Tractor was never officially documented, but it fits perfectly. A small company entering the tractor world against all odds, creating a machine that was affordable, simple, and unbelievably easy to repair. The Gibson Model D wasn't supposed to succeed, but that's exactly what makes it impossible to forget. Number 7. International 8-16. The International 8-16 was born in one of the harshest moments in tractor history. Produced by International Harvester from 1917 to 1922, this machine entered a market dominated by Henry Ford, brutal price wars, and enormous production pressure. From the very beginning, its survival looked almost impossible. This was Eicher's first lightweight tractor, created to directly challenge the Fordson Model F. Power came from a liquid-cooled, inline 4-cylinder engine running on kerosene, with a displacement of roughly 4.1 to 4.6 liters, depending on the version. Its name wasn't marketing hype. It delivered 8 horsepower at the drawbar and 16 horsepower at the belt, making it compact yet genuinely capable for its era. A 3-speed forward, 1 reverse non-synchronized transmission handled power delivery, while total weight reached about 3,600 to 3,700 pounds. The design itself was unusual. The radiator sat behind the engine, directly in front of the operator, protecting it from dust and field damage. A sloped hood improved forward visibility, a rare advantage at the time. Instead of gear final drives, IH used a chain drive system. Innovative then, but soon considered outdated as competitors moved ahead. The true reason it earned the Impossible Tractor label was economics. Launched in 1921 at $1,150, the 816 couldn't survive Ford's pricing power. By 1922, IH slashed the price to an almost unbelievable $670, even including a free plow, losing money on every tractor sold. Production issues only deepened the crisis, yet inside this struggle was a revolution. In 1919, the International 8-16 became the first mass-produced tractor to successfully use a power takeoff. It didn't win the battle, but it changed farming forever, laying the foundation for the legendary farmable tractors that followed. Number 6. Silver King Model 42. Built by Fate Root Heath, Ohio. In the early 1940s, the Silver King Model 42 looked nothing like a normal tractor of its era. While most tractors were slow and field-bound, this one was designed to be fast, versatile, and shockingly advanced. The Model 42 was offered in both three-wheel, tricycle, and four-wheel versions, suitable for farming as well as industrial work like highway mowing. It used a liquid-cooled, four-cylinder Hercules engine, with later models switching to Continental engines, producing 36 to 42 horsepower, depending on configuration. What made it truly impossible was speed. Thanks to a special four-speed transmission, the Silver King could reach 25 to 45 miles per hour. A nearly unbelievable figure for a tractor in the 1940s, fast enough to run with cars on paved roads. Its engineering was equally unusual. Steering used a gear and chain system mounted ahead of the radiator, giving light, responsive control. It was also one of the first tractors designed specifically for rubber tires, abandoning steel wheels to fully embrace road travel. The legend deepened with its survival story. Originally sold as Plymouth, the company was sued by Chrysler. Fate Root Heath survived the legal battle, sold the name, and re-emerged as Silver King. With standard electrical equipment, lights, horn, electric starter, and early experiments in hydraulics and three-point hitch systems, the Silver King Model 42 wasn't just fast, it was decades ahead of its time, earning its place among the most truly impossible tractors ever built. Number 5. Raba-Steiger 250. The Raba-Steiger 250 stands as one of the most improbable tractors ever built. Produced in the 1980s at the Raba factory in Győr, Hungary, this machine was manufactured under license from Steiger, USA, right in the middle of the Cold War. At a time when East and West rarely shared advanced technology, Hungary was building one of the most powerful articulated tractors on Earth. Technically, the Raba-Steiger 250 is a heavy-duty articulated four-wheel drive tractor, designed for enormous fields and extreme workloads. It is powered by a Raba-Man D 2156 MT6 diesel engine, a turbocharged liquid-cooled inline-six with a displacement of around 10.3 liters. Output reaches a massive 250 horsepower, 184 to 190 kilowatts, at 1,900 revolutions per minute, sent through a 10-speed manual transmission with 2 reverse gears. With an operating weight of roughly 12,500 kilograms, this tractor relies on sheer mass as much as horsepower. Maximum speed is limited to about 25 kilometers per hour, but endurance was the real priority, thanks to a colossal 780-liter fuel tank, allowing non-stop work for long days. The cab was unusually advanced for its era, often equipped with air conditioning and a suspension seat to protect the operator during marathon shifts. So why is it an impossible tractor? First, its pulling power borders on unreal, capable of dragging 5 to 7 meter wide implements through the hardest soils where normal tractors simply stall. Second, it represents a rare East-West engineering fusion, combining Steiger's legendary articulated chassis with a brutally durable MAN-based engine. And finally, its longevity defies logic. Even in 2025, many Raba-Steiger 250s from the 1980s are still working daily. A tractor this big, this old, and this simple surviving over 40 years shouldn't be possible. Yet it is. Number 4. Eicher Mammut E310. The Eicher Mammut E310, often referred to as Mammut 2 or ED310, is one of the most unbelievable tractors to ever come out of Germany in the 1960s. Built by Eicher, this machine challenged one of the biggest engineering assumptions of its era, that powerful tractors must be water-cooled to survive heavy work. At its heart is Eicher's legendary air-cooled diesel engine, a 3-cylinder unit with a displacement of roughly 2.9 to 3.0 liters. Depending on production year and tuning, output ranged from 35 to 45 horsepower, Serious power for a mid-century European tractor. Cooling is handled entirely by airflow, eliminating radiators, coolant, water pumps, and one of the most common failure points of older tractors. Power is sent through a robust ZF gearbox, commonly the ZF A210, offering 8 forward and 4 reverse gears, giving the Mammut precise control across fields and roads. With a weight of about 2,100 to 2,300 kilograms, it balances strength with agility, supported by a simple but extremely durable mechanical steering system and a reinforced chassis suitable for farming and light transport. So why does the Mammut E310 belong among impossible tractors? First, its air-cooled design was considered nearly impossible for sustained heavy work in hot, dusty conditions. Yet it thrived where water-cooled rivals boiled over or cracked radiators. Second, its longevity borders on mythical. Even in 2025, many Mammut E310s from the 1960s still start, run, and work reliably after more than 60 years. Add to that its iconic Alpenblau blue paint and leaping panther emblem, a level of style unheard of for tractors of its time. Finally, original German-built Mammuts have become extremely rare, turning ownership into a near impossible dream. A tractor that defied heat, age, and expectations. This one truly shouldn't exist. Number 3. Mead Mighty Mouse. At first glance, the Mead Mighty Mouse looks more like a toy than a tractor. Built by Mead Specialties in Chicago during the late 1940s and 1950s, this ultra-compact track machine was designed for trenching, grading, and snow removal in spaces where full-size equipment was completely useless. And yet, this tiny crawler earned a reputation that made it legendary. Under its minimal body sits a Wisconsin AKN single-cylinder gasoline engine, air-cooled and producing just 6 to 6.1 horsepower. Power is sent through a 2 forward, just 1 reverse transmission, using an automotive-style clutch, reduction gearbox, and chain final drive. The entire machine measures only about 81 inches long, including the blade, and weighs roughly 900 to 950 pounds. Steering is controlled by 2 independent levers, each operating an interlocking cog-type clutch and brake. Pull 1 lever back, and the Mighty Mouse pivots sharply in place. Despite its size, drawbar pull reaches an incredible 1,000 pounds. So why is this an impossible tractor? First, its strength defies logic. Period advertisements boldly claimed it could lift its own weight, something unheard of for a machine this small. Second, its mini-track design was decades ahead of its time. Long before skid steers or compact excavators existed, the Mighty Mouse packed tracks, hydraulics, and working attachments into a chassis barely 26 inches tall to the seat. There are even stories of operators driving it up staircases to work inside buildings, an almost absurd concept in its era. Today, by 2025, the Mighty Mouse is among the rarest tractors on Earth. Finding one intact isn't just difficult, it's nearly impossible. Number 2. Leader Model D. Built between 1947 and 1949, the Leader Model D was the most successful machine produced by the short-lived Leader Tractor Manufacturing Company of Ohio. Designed for post-World War II family farms, it was a no-nonsense, mid-sized tractor. Simple in appearance, yet surprisingly capable beneath the steel. At its core was a Hercules Sturex B5 inline 4-cylinder gasoline engine, liquid-cooled and producing 31 to 35 horsepower. Power flowed through a 3-speed manual transmission with 1 reverse, pushing the tractor to a respectable 13 miles per hour, 21 kilometers per hour. With an operating weight of around 2,500 pounds, 1,134 kilograms, the Model D struck a balance between stability and agility. Unlike many competitors of its size, it came standard with hydraulic lift and rear PTO, allowing it to run implements efficiently. A wide front axle, 21-inch ground clearance, and rugged chassis made it well suited for uneven terrain and daily farm work. But the real story is why the Leader Model D is now labeled an impossible tractor. Its very existence was shaped by a bizarre logistical failure. The company's original town, Auburn, Ohio, had no post office. Customer payments were routinely lost, so tractors were stamped, "Made in Chagrin Falls, Ohio," just to ensure mail delivery. Then came the collapse. In 1950, after a sudden debt recall by marketing partners, the factory shut down and all production records were destroyed, making the true build numbers permanently unknowable. Despite its rough, almost hand-built look, owners praised its unexpected durability and strong hydraulics. Today, finding a fully original, working liter Model D feels nearly impossible, earning its place among the strangest tractors ever built. Number 1. Minneapolis-Moline Uni tractor. Introduced in 1951, the Minneapolis-Moline Uni tractor wasn't built to compete with ordinary tractors. It was designed to replace multiple machines at once. Instead of selling farmers another tractor, Minneapolis-Moline created a revolutionary power unit that could transform into a combine harvester, corn picker, baler, or forage harvester simply by swapping attachments. At the heart of the Uni tractor was a Minneapolis-Moline 206 cubic inch, 3.4 liter, inline 4-cylinder gasoline engine, with later diesel options available. Output reached around 48 belt horsepower, delivered through a 3-speed transmission with 1 reverse, paired to a belt and pulley variable drive system that allowed smooth, infinitely adjustable ground speeds. The chassis used a 3-wheel tricycle layout, 2-wheel drive, and power steering, giving operators excellent visibility and maneuverability when harvesting. What truly set the Uni apart was versatility. In minutes, the same machine could become a combine, corn picker, square baler, or forage harvester, a concept decades ahead of its time. In 1962, a basic unit cost about $3,900, but a fully equipped system could exceed $10,000, a massive investment for the era. So why is it considered an impossible tractor? The Uni tractor attempted the nearly impossible task of convincing 1950s farmers to abandon single-purpose machines for a complex modular system. Its strange 3-wheel, skeletal design earned the nickname the Minneapolis-Moline motorcycle, fueling doubts about durability. Yet despite slow early sales, the Uni concept survived, eventually evolving into the famous New Idea Uni system, produced until 2004. A machine once seen as impractical ultimately proved its vision was simply too far ahead of its time. So those were 8 impossible tractors. Machines that proved innovation doesn't always make sense at first. Some failed commercially, some were misunderstood, and others were simply born in the wrong era. Yet every one of them pushed boundaries and changed how agricultural machines evolved. If you enjoyed uncovering these forgotten engineering legends, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which tractor shocked you the most. More unbelievable machines are coming, so don't miss the next video.